Mucho dinero again. I got a question. What has been my experience with ICE? Okay. The first memory of ICE would be my relative Carlos from Sinaloa. Now, at the time, the federal government or the Fed said that he was receiving 500 vehicles, crushed cars, and then he would ship the vehicles back to Mexico, and they'd have 500,000 in them. And he told a white girl he was distributing meth to her, and she got him, and she got high. And when he mentioned it to me, I told him about a confidential informant. And so one day, while I was mowing the lawn at a family member's house, a stash house, several cars drove up. And after I completed mowing the lawn, I collected the payment, I collected the food. When I left, my niece, she was about 5 years old, she called me and told me that the police raided the house and that they locked up Big Mama. That'd be my mama and her grandmother. And everybody in the house was locked up. And they had my niece handcuffed to a coffee table. She's about 5 years old. And she had a cell phone and was able to call me. But by the time I got there, the ICE agents had released them all and taken Carlos away. So I'm sure that they saw me mowing the lawn. And I'm confident that they knew I was a relative and they had been observing that location. A second time, I was at Quick Trip with my nephews in the back seat of my Cadillac Escalade. We're at 41st and Garnett in Tulsa, and they're buying beer. And sometimes, because they got tattoos on their faces, MS-13, they can't come outside in the daytime. If they do, the police will arrest them based on the tattoos on their faces. And sometimes I would take them out to maybe a casino. They might pay me $100 to take them to the casino. They can't get out the car or nothing like that. People walk up to the car. And ICE will pull us over and tell me if we deport your nephew, because my nephew might have a business card that say he works for me, a cleaning company. He's working with me, cleaning the businesses, cleaning windows or something like that, and he's got receipts. But the ICE agent will say, that's fine and dandy, but he's still undocumented and we have to deport him. So is there a place that you can take him outside of the state of Oklahoma? Otherwise, if we deport your nephews back to El Salvador, the police in El Salvador will walk them in the jungle and then tell them to take out running and shoot them in the back of the head with a 45. So do you have somewhere you can take him right now? And I say, yes, where at? I said, I can take him to the Greyhound bus station. When we get to the Greyhound bus station, he has a girlfriend that lives in Abilene, Texas. And so I just take him to the Greyhound bus station and wait right there. I used to be sitting in regular cars, plain dress and everything, but on the back, they do say ICE police. Another time, ICE have stopped us with AK-47s in the car. They're not my guns. They belong to Guerrero now. There again, they say if we deport Guerrero, if we take him back to El Salvador, we deport him back to El Salvador. He'll be escorted to the jungles and he'll be told to run, and we'll shoot him. The police will shoot him in the back of the head. What do you want to do? Each time I've always said I can take my nephew to the Greyhound bus station. It's downtown. They follow us in unmarked cars. I stand around and wait until the bus show up. When the bus shows up to Abilene, Texas, we shake hands. Guerrero has left with AK-47s. Yeah, tool bags full of guns, ammo. Got on the bus and went on about his business. So that's been my experience with ICE. Personally, I probably wouldn't try to outrun them in a car. I surely wouldn't be trying to hit them in my car. It say police on the back of their jacket. So to me, in America, that's the law. That's police. So if you're over here, which I already know, Sinaloa, they damn near ain't trying to run over no ICE agents. I ain't heard of my relatives or nothing getting into shootouts with no ICE. Oh, I'll take that back in Mexico. But basically, ICE has always been cooperative with me. I've been cooperative with ICE. On the back of their jacket, it say ICE police, and so that's how I treat them. I'm not finna try to run over nobody. I'm not finna try to get into it with them. If whatever they ask, I'm going to cooperate. That's been my experience with ice.